Breaking news this morning, Spartanburg police just released a sketch of a suspect that they're looking for in a sexual assault investigation.
A woman told police she was walking near Priscilla Rumley Park between 11 p.m. on September 19th and 2 a.m. on the 20th. She told officers a man approached her in a red car, grabbed her, threw her on the ground and assaulted her. Here is the composite sketch of the suspect. Police say he's tall, slim, and has dreadlocks.
Police say the suspect was possibly driving a red Toyota Corolla with a broken headlight. So anyone with information should call Spartanburg Police or Crime Stoppers at 888-CRIME-SC.
In breaking news out of Greenville County, deputies are investigating after a man was found shot in a parking lot of a motel. They say it happened just after 1 this morning on Malden Road. The victim was taken to the hospital, but his condition is not known. Deputies say there is no suspect information at the time. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 23-CRIME.
Meanwhile, a ban on mask mandates in South Carolina schools has been temporarily blocked by a federal judge.
Our Daniel Robinson is joining us live right now from the Greenville County School District with why the judge made this decision.
Destiny Patrick, good morning. The judge says not having school districts require people to wear a face mask discriminates against those who have special needs. This comes after parents of students with disabilities, along with the ACLU, did sue the state, saying that the ban discriminated against medically vulnerable students by keeping them out of public schools amid the pandemic. A statement from the ACLU says federal disability right laws are clear. If students with disabilities need schools to require face masks in order for them to have equal access to their education, the state cannot stop schools from requiring those masks. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster spokesperson sent us a statement. It did say in part, quote, "The governor strongly disagrees with the court's decision and will defend a parent's right to decide what's best for their children up to the United States Supreme Court if necessary." South Carolina's Education Department says they are reviewing this decision. This morning we have reached out to the Greenville County School District, but so far we have not heard back. For now, live in Greenville, Daniel Robinson, WYFF News 4.
Thank you, Daniel. Right now in Anderson County, deputies are investigating 2 burglaries. They say the same man appears to be involved in both. Take a look here. He was captured on camera at the High Volume on Old Williamston Road and at the Shell Station on River Road. This was on the same night, about an hour apart. If you know who this is, if you recognize this person, call the Anderson County Sheriff's Office.
Now to Greenwood County, where a parent was arrested after being accused of going into a school and threatening 2 students. The Greenwood County Sheriff's Office said the incident happened on September 20th at Westview Middle School. A report from the Sheriff's Office said Quaisha Lewis Murray used profanity while telling the 2 girls to leave her daughter alone or she would fight them. The report said Lewis Murray was upset about accused bullying. Deputies said she was charged with disturbing a school.
Right now, an upstate school district is mourning the loss of a school board member. Officials with Spartanburg District 5 tell us that Jeff Proper passed away on Tuesday. The district says Proper was first elected to the Board of Trustees in November of 2015. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
And today, President Joe Biden will remain in the nation's capital to drum up support for his sweeping infrastructure package.
The president canceled a trip to Chicago where he was scheduled to talk about COVID vaccinations. Aixa Diaz is in our Washington bureau.
Destiny Patrick, President Biden recognizes there's not much time left to rally everyone in his party around both of his infrastructure proposals. The stakes are high for President Biden, who's looking to go big on infrastructure. The president wants Congress to pass a $1 trillion bill that addresses the nation's roads, bridges, airports, and rails, and a $3.5 trillion bill that tackles social issues like child care, family leave, and climate change.
The president is committed to getting both pieces of legislation passed and across the finish line.
But getting there is proving to be a challenge. Yesterday, the president met with 2 moderate Democratic senators, West Virginia's Joe Manchin and Arizona's Kristen Sinema. The 2 have said they're opposed to the price tag of the human infrastructure bill, frustrating progressives who are ready for a done deal.
We're willing to negotiate. We've said front load the benefits, don't have them as many years. All of the folks at the White House know we're being reasonable.
Meanwhile, the House is preparing to vote on the traditional infrastructure bill tomorrow, which is already passed in the Senate. Congress also needs to pass a spending bill before Friday to avoid a government shutdown. In Washington, Aixa Diaz, WYFF News 4.
All right, a change of plans. The Exit 95 closure along I-85 in Cherokee County has been pushed back. That exit was supposed to close Tuesday, but SCDOT officials changed those plans late Monday night. Conditions were still poor from weather last week. Exit 95 will now close on October 4th.
And another road is set to close in October, also for the I-85 widening project. Hannah Ward shows us where.
This time we're looking in the area around exit 104. So SCDOT is working to rebuild this interchange. It's near the North Carolina state line. And to do that, they're going to have to close a portion of White Farm Road, which runs actually right along I-85. It's going to close on October 11th and then reopen of December this year. SCDOT does have a detour set up, so take a look at your screen. Drivers will use Foster Lake Road to Holly Grove Road, and drivers using the bridge at exit 104 over I-85, they're not going to be impacted. That bridge is going to remain open for you while the new one is being built. Destiny.
Hannah, thank you. A court hearing today could decide if singer Britney Spears will stay under a conservatorship. A judge in California is expected to take up a request to end the conservatorship by her father, Jamie Spears, that went into place in 2008. He's been in charge of her finances since then. He was also in charge of making all of her health decisions until 2019. Britney Spears asked the judge to end that deal and put someone else in charge. Her father agrees but disagrees with who Britney wants as his replacement. And Simone Biles says she should have quit the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team long before the games in Tokyo. The 24-year-old shocked many when she abruptly withdrew from the most of that competition, citing a case of the twisties, where a gymnast loses track of their positioning midair. She recently told New York Magazine she should have realized she was not mentally ready to compete in light of the media frenzy surrounding the Larry Nassar trial. Biles is one of the more than 100 female athletes who Nassar sexually abused while serving as a medical doctor for the sport.
And former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama attended a groundbreaking ceremony at the site of the Obama Presidential Center. Each has a strong connection, of course, to the site's location there on the south side of Chicago. Obama was first elected to office there, and it's where Michelle grew up. There have been several days after environmentalists sued. They were trying to stop the project, saying public land should not be used for a private project. The Supreme Court rejected a second effort to block construction last month.
And Fall for Greenville is kicking off in 8 days, and we are learning more about the COVID-19 protocols that will be in place.
That's right. This is going to be a big 4-day event. Organizers tell us that there will be hand sanitizing stations and masks available all throughout the festival. They say that per the CDC's recommendations, unvaccinated people are encouraged to wear a mask in the crowded settings. Fall for Greenville kicks off with a concert on Thursday, October 7th. The festival runs through Sunday, October 10th. Organizers tell us that they still need a lot of volunteers. You can visit fallforgreenville.net to sign up.
New jobs are coming to Spartanburg County. Oria is investing $12.4 million to grow operations, creating 103 new jobs. Expansion will happen over the next 2 years. Oria is a global supplier of automotive flooring.
And that's not it. New jobs are also coming to Greenwood County. Monty Incorporated is expanding their facility. The $4.7 million investment will create 16 new jobs. Monty is an industrial manufacturer. Visit the company's careers page online if you're interested in applying.
And a restaurant that specializes in milkshakes is coming to Greenville. The Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar announced on Facebook it will soon open somewhere in the city. The Post didn't give many details, but hinted that the location would be a home run, indicating it will probably be somewhere near the Greenville Drive's Fluor Field. The chain is locally owned and based in Myrtle Beach.